I just want to big it up to the amazing people out there. Literally, I was going to come on and do a live earlier on because I really wanted to talk about another product of the system that I met today, and I'll probably talk about it on my live later because I wanted to come on to say a massive big thank you to the Auto Garage around the corner from me, because literally I've just gone over to my car to go and drop my mate Jamie off, and my car battery was dead. So then what do you do? What do you do when you're in a situation? Now luckily I've got Jamie with me, so if I tried to push it, it'd probably be a bit easier. So you've got an EDS woman, and say if I'd had my kids with me, I've gone to my car and my car's dead. Now you can pay for obviously the AA, and then the AA come out, but you're paying for a service. So we'd literally gone all the way around the estate. We had tried finding as many people as possible who might have jump leads and stuff like that, and nobody, obviously, because people in where I live don't have those things. Afternoon, Maria, lovely to see you guys again. So anyway, the challenge with somebody like me, and I don't think it's just me, I don't think it's just the Asperger's me, I think it's just people in general, is once a problem occurs, in order for you to be okay, there has to be a solution. And there is always a solution. But if that solution obstacle involves money or people or even just asking, like Jamie's just said to me, I don't know how you go and just knock on strangers' doors. And it's like, well, I can stand there getting upset about the fact that my car won't start, or I can go back home and just completely admit defeat, or I can start knocking on doors until eventually some person there might be able to help. So anyway, we were just about to admit defeat, and I thought, fuck it, I'm going over to the car garage. And I was at this point, I was starting to well up, and the guy knows me over there briefly because he knows about the campaigning, and he's helped me get this car on the road before. And he said, "You're all right?" I said, "No, I'm gonna cry." I said, "I have a problem, I need a solution, how much is it going to cost me? At least let me know where I stand right now, so I have an idea of if I can achieve this." So anyway, so what's the problem? I said, I left the lights on in my car, so again, it's my problem. Yeah, I left the car lights on in my car, so therefore I created this problem. Me being incompetent left my car lights on. It wasn't a case of somebody had driven my car and left the lights on and then I've got to pay for the consequences of that. And it wasn't that you know, something else, it was me. I left the lights on, therefore it was my fault that the battery was flat, so therefore it's my responsibility. And even if I knock on somebody's door and they take that time out, somebody has the right to say to me, yeah, of course I'll come and help you, but I'm going to charge you. So anyway, when we were at the garage, I said, somebody's already tried to bump start it and told me that actually it's the battery's gone and there's nothing you can do about it, so it's not going to jump start. He said, do us a favour, leave us something and you can take my leads over. So it was a proper electric one. So I had my laptop with me because of course I brought my laptop out, and I left my laptop there, and he gave me his leads to go off, and I've started my car. So anyway, I've driven the things around there, and of course I haven't been able to go out at night because I've no car lights. And okay, to some person to just go into Halfords and pay £5 for, you know, a light or another light, that's really good and that's really easy. But in the situation that I'm in, it's not that easy. So anyway, bless my friend Jamie, he said, sod it, just get it paid, and gave him the tenner to do it for me. And but they also then found that my fuse was gone, and you know what, they've gone and just changed it for me, and just said, you know, and then I'll go to drive off and bang, my car wouldn't start again. So hence I'm just running the engine. But at the end of the day, we are one person, but it takes a community for people to be able to thrive. It takes a community for people to be able to live and be, because it's like, even the man who stopped to help me with his car, it didn't take long for his missus to come out and check what he was up to. So, but it's like, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to be in a situation where you're not qualified or experienced to do what it is that you need to achieve for yourself. I'm a woman. I'm not saying that it doesn't mean that I shouldn't know how to run a car, but you have to pay a garage. But at the end of the day, it's about how much somebody cares for you. People, at the end of the day, Dean is capable of doing this stuff. That should be his role. He should be the one out doing this stuff while I'm at home with the kids if we want to do gender roles, but we switch. Dean is out with the kids and I've come and do this. But at least now I have my car and it has lights. I still have the barrier on my car insurance because obviously I've got these 6 points that shouldn't be there. And I hope people who are looking at the bigger picture are actually going, wow, they're throwing at it from all angles. Now, she does take personal responsibility when it's her. She left the lights on. It wasn't my kids messing around and did it. I left my lights on. But the reason that I left my lights on is because when I got out my car, I wasn't going through the same motions that I usually do, because where I have to park my car, my door is right against the wall. So I have to climb in through the passenger because it's parked up against the wall. And usually I turn the engine off, flicked and stuff, but because I was climbing over the seat, it was out of my thing. So anyway, massive big thank you to those that do take the time to just give somebody a bit of a hand. So if somebody with EDS says to you, oh shit, I've just pulled my shoulder, just mind you pushing there a minute, yeah? It might be a bit ugly and it might be a bit, ugh. But the EDS person is the one living with it. And just by you pushing there and they can just maybe get their shoulder back in place. If not, they got to go up to A&E. They got to wait for a doctor. They got to wait for somebody to be able to do it. Or they got to go and pay a physio the cash, when sometimes people just need somebody in their lives that isn't thinking it's drama, because they might just need that little bit of extra help. But even people without EDS, even people without Asperger's get into situations. People die, we grieve. People get sick, we struggle. But sometimes things hit some people a little bit harder, and we need a little bit of TLC, do you know what I mean? So anyway, hopefully I might stop crying today. I've got a feeling these little bags are going to start balling up, and I've got a feeling that yeah, because at the end of the day, the social workers and stuff, they ain't thinking about us until they make an appointment. Wouldn't it have been great if I could have rang my adult social worker and I've just gone to the car and have a meltdown, and what my adult social worker should say is, it's not a problem, where's the solution? What's the bridge in between the problem to the solution? Because when we get caught in that void in between, we know what the problem is, we don't know what the solution is, or we know what the solution is, but we sit in procrastination, focused on the problem, then things get really challenging. So, but before I go, can I just say I met another product of social care today, and went on with Didn't Pick, and a couple of lads sitting there drinking a can, got chatting. He said, what's all this about? And I spoke to him. As soon as I said forced adoption exposed, he jumped up, high-fived me, hugged me, hello. He said they forced adopted my brother. He said, do you know what? He said taking my brother off my mum killed her. He said it killed her. She turned to an alcoholic. She said, and it wasn't like that before. He said they literally offered to come in and do some help and get some stuff together, and she signed that the baby would go to foster care while she sorted stuff out, and then obviously she didn't get it back, and then she started drinking and stuff. So, you know, it is about time that whether the system is designed this way to do this, and if that is the case, then we have to uproar and say this has to stop. If it's just that people are not realising the consequences of their actions, then it's time that we showed them. It's okay to hurt. It's okay for what I'm going through right now to really hurt. That Lisa and people like that would actually go to the extent to cause drama in my life, to create more false reports and more further pictures that would actually cause for 2 little boys to have to go through such horrendous trauma, because that could still happen to me. So anyway, so I was just thinking about my passport, that's what that smile was. But it shouldn't be happening, should it? It shouldn't be happening to any of us, because at the end of the day, these systems should be there to support us and help us, not criticise us and put us down. And if I'm having issues, do you know what? That lad took the time to give me a hug today. And even my mate Jamie, as I was walking away from his door, stopped and just said 2 seconds. And he didn't give me a hug, but he put his hand on my shoulder and he just said, you got to be strong for them 2 boys. And sometimes that's all someone needs.
And for yourself.
This is my mate Jamie. He's going to go at me now. This is my friend Jamie. Say hello with his fag in his mouth. This is my friend Jamie. Jamie also wears a hat. Yeah? And what did he say? Because everybody's getting to this point now. Because it's not that we don't want to be in this world with people. It's that it's got to a point now where even that garage could have turned around to me and said, tell you what, I'll come over and do the car for you, and here's the fee. And he didn't, and he could have done, and he would have had every right whatsoever to do so. And thank you to my mate Jamie, who's just paid £10 to get my lights done, because, you know, there's a lot of people I don't mind running around, but I can't risk being in a situation at like 4 or 5 o'clock where it's going dusk, and of course I get pulled over from the police, because the fear of me being pulled over by the police is, the problem is every time I deal with somebody in the system, what it's doing is it's basically like, if someone does this to me, not a problem. Not a problem. However, if there was a big scab here and we've gone into a room and somebody's ripped a plaster off, I look dead deaf, don't I? I'm getting tireder and tireder, sleep deprivation, guys. So what? It's done when it's ended. If I have to get sick, if I have to die doing this, I would rather die for something that I believe in than live and thrive and be a coward and not do anything. But if there's a wound on my head and someone goes to press it, I go, "Sue, hang on, there's a wound there, don't do that." And they go, "Sorry, we got to go through this again." Hang on a minute. Ow. 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 Stop it, you. Oh, look at that. Now, do you have that reaction around the kids, do you? Now, that's what's going on to me right now. And I got to learn to cope with as many war wounds as I can deal with, while people are going, "Nah, you ain't got a wound. Nah, you ain't got trauma. You got mental health issues, you. You got mental health issues, you. You got mental health issues, you." Seriously? Are you getting me, guys? Are you relating to me? Please do tell me. Dean says that you will see right through me. You will see through me being a liar and a fake and all of this stuff. So please let me know. You know, am I just waffling shit? Or am I making sense to people? Are people actually getting the level of systematic abuse by the system that is there to support and enable people so they can have equality and a good quality of life, just like everybody else? And that also means, say my friend Jamie next to me, who struggles with reading, I send him texts. I've got to remember that when Jamie gets my texts, that he can't read and respond in the time that I'm used to. So I have to be more patient and more understanding, because there's no point having a go at Jamie who's learning to read, because he's lived in an institution all of his life because of diagnosis. Never had to, ever, live that life. And he's going to be a chef, aren't you, Jamie?
No, I am a chef. Not qualified by the system, but I am a chef, and I won't let them tell me I'm not. And when I go out there and get the qualifications, then that'll show.
You just need the health and safety one. You don't need that you're a chef. Jamie makes my food. Jamie is an amazing cook. Jamie is also an absolute idiot that what Jamie is wearing right now, Jamie goes down to the front of the sea in Portsmouth and goes fishing in the pouring down rain. So when everybody's going, the storms are coming to Portsmouth, Jamie's asking, "Oh, Google, what time's high tide tonight?" So he can go and catch his fish, which I don't think is very nice. Would you like a cook and go out and go and catch the fish? So these fishermen, yeah, are like social workers, caught cats, cause the injury inside the mouth and throw you out the way.
It's the way fishing is done. Fishing is not evil, it's the way it's done, and anglers should be responsible for what size hooks they use and how they fish, and they don't damage the sea, and they take their waste home. Trawlers make a very bad mess of the sea, believe it or not, and they do ruin it, and we should give the sea a close season from a certain date to another month, So it gives the time for the sea to heal and the fish to get their nature back and things to grow under the sea and whatever.
Well, I'm going to be the first person getting an injunction on social services because I also need that time. I need the time where social and all of these people cannot come around me, and I need a good 6 to 18 months to heal from the trauma of Aaron and Faith being taken, to heal from the trauma that they left me at A&E with the fact that I just needed childcare, and I've had a Chiari malformation ever since, and I'm still struggling, I'm still trying my best, and also what they've put me through since has still been traumatic. And but you know what, guys, I'm not going to do what they tell me. I'm going to use it, and I'm going to keep coming on, and because this helps me. So to people out there who are listening to me, who want to stop me saying what I need to say because you're going to use what I say and ring up social services and keep sending the police my lives, or, you know, wherever, just wherever, because it'll either come to my suicide being the biggest message this country has ever fucking heard, where I have to go to extents where I wrap a red ribbon around my neck and hang myself outside these places with paperwork wrapped all over me like a paper mache, and I will paper mache hang it. Someone, guys, let's make paper mache human beings out of paperwork that we have and bound it in red tape and start hanging these outside social services. Your paperwork is causing us to harden. Your paperwork is causing problems. Your paperwork, your systematic bullshit, and your patronising. You're the most important person in the room.
Anyway, I think it's time for coffee, isn't it, Kelly?
It's coffee, guys. I'm letting my car ring. So anyway, guys, amazing product of social services today. Another foster care kid drinking, going out, stealing alcohol. Just misses his mum.